Hi, welcome to Mama J's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making homemade chocolate chip cookies, the best homemade chocolate chip cookies ever. So we're going to first start off with all of our dry ingredients. That's going to be 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And all I'm going to do right now is just kind of sift those together, all those dry ingredients, get those nice and mixed up. And then we're going to set this aside and we'll use this in just a bit. The first thing we're going to do, as far as mixing is concerned, I have cut up 1 cup of butter. Got this to room temperature. I like to cube it up, and that kind of helps it get to room temperature a little bit quicker. So what we're going to do is we're going to first cream this butter in the mixer. And I like to cream the butter up first. Get that nice and creamy. And here we're going to be using kind of the sugar and with the creamed butter, and the sugar here is 1 cup of light brown sugar, and that is packed, and then 1 cup of just granulated sugar. Super simple. And we're just going to add this in a little at a time. Turn this down a little, otherwise our sugar can go flying all around the room. Easy peasy. And once this gets nice and creamy, we're going to add 2 eggs. And it's really important to cream the butter and sugar together, and it really provides a good consistency of the cookie. A lot of times, if people just kind of throw all their ingredients together all at once, baking is like a science, and if you combine all these ingredients together, you really don't end up with the right product at the end of the process. So it's really important to do the creaming process, then adding your wet ingredients, and then add the dry ingredients a little at a time. So it really provides a nice cookie at the end of the process. And again, all this is the butter and the sugar creamed together. We're going to let that get nice and smooth. And then we're just going to add 1 of these eggs in at a time. And this is really going to get smooth here. And creamy. And like I said, baking is a lot about the process. And then the second egg. And then while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and put in my 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And so my goal for this batch is I'm going to make a small batch of the chocolate chip cookies, and then with it being close to Valentine's Day, I plan on making a heart-shaped chocolate chip cookie cake with the rest of my cake, or my chocolate chip cookie batter. So, you can do whatever kind of filling you want in it. We're going to put, just chocolate chips, but you can add, candies in there, white chocolate chips, but we're going to do this the traditional chocolate chip cookie. So this is nice and fluffy and creamy. And again, this is, right now, we're dealing with just the sugar and the butter, the eggs, and the vanilla. That's all we have at this point. I'm just going to set this aside, and just to show you what we're looking like. So this is our nice, just the creamy mixture. And then all we're going to do is we're going to add our dry ingredients, which is that first mixture that we mixed up in the beginning. But here we're going to just do it a little bit at a time. And I'm going to switch out my mixing tool. And we're just going to go a little slower on this, because if we don't, we're going to have flour all over the place. This you got to be a little patient with. We're just going to dump in all of our dry ingredients, and then we will have cookie dough. And I might say, this is the most wonderful cookie dough base for just about any kind of cookie dough you want to use. If you want to add any type of, filling for that, whether it be chocolate chips, M&Ms, Reese's Pieces, did I say white chocolate chips already? Anything you can think of to add to it, make your own version of cookie. But this is the best base. I've kind of tweaked it over the years, but this is what I have found to be the best. All right, super easy. Let's see what we're looking like. Oh, look at that perfect cookie dough. Now with this, to do the cookie balls, you could refrigerate this for a little bit before you start making your cookies. It makes it a little bit easier, especially if you're gonna do, scoop out the cookies. So you could do that, or you could just, go ahead and put it right into just start scooping them out. Either way, whatever works best for you.
You should let me like that.
I probably will. Okay, this is what our dough looks like, and then all we're gonna do is we're gonna fold in 2 cups. Most people tell you 12 ounces of chocolate chips. Oh no, we're going for 2 cups. More is always better. So 2 cups of whatever candies, chocolate chips you want, and all we're gonna do is fold those in. But today I'm feeling really special, so I'm gonna use Mama J's special spoon to do my folding. Mama J, right there she is. That's all you have right there. We're folding in our chocolate chips, and look at that delicious chocolate chip cookie dough. Oh my gosh. Faith is over there, my daughter, who is my camera and editing crew all together. She is salivating because she wants this entire bowl.
Oh yeah, baby.
She really would love it if I didn't even bake any of this. So what you could do, if you didn't want to bake any of these right away, you could just put these in a Tupperware dish, and you could just put them in your fridge. You could keep these for up to 7 days in the fridge, and just make a couple cookies here and there, or you could make the whole batch. So it's really up to you. There you have it, our cookie dough. How does it look?
Delicious.
Okay, so now I'm gonna place the cookie doughs on the cookie sheet, and we'll go from there. So here is what we're doing. Like I said, since it's Valentine's coming up, we're gonna do a heart-shaped large cookie or cookie cake that we can give to our Valentine. So we're just simply gonna make, I'll just kind of show you how to space them out, and then you can, do your cookies however you want to do them. I decided to use my melon scooper. We're just doing a small tray here of 6, just to let you see kind of how that would look before it goes into the oven, and then we will show you what that's gonna look like afterwards. So I place that in an oven, a preheated 350-degree oven, for approximately 8 to 10 minutes. So you're gonna really wanna put that in the oven, and that's really gonna depend upon how large of the scoop of cookie dough you put on your tray, and it's also gonna depend upon, how crispy or how chewy you like your cookies. And I know it's an individual preference for everyone. My family loves their cookies practically like raw dough. So we tend to let ours go in for a little bit, a little less time. So anyway, we tend to leave ours in for the 8 to 9 minute range. But again, you can kind of play around with that time frame. Depends on your oven, depends on what kind of pan you're using as well. The other thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and work on this while those cookies are in the oven. So when you're doing a large cookie on a cookie sheet like this, and you wanna just make it like a cookie cake, if you will, you don't want to take the cookie all the way to the edge. You want to leave about a 1/2 inch from the edge of the pan. Here it is really good to have this dough nice and soft so that you can kind of play with it and get it to the place that you want it. And then our cookie will rise to the edge of the pan. And this pan does not need to have any grease on it. And the reason is because we have a whole cup of butter in here, and that's plenty of non-stick. Okay, there you go.
Yum.
So we're gonna cook that. Now on this cake, the chocolate chip cookie cake, if you will, this will need to be in the oven for about 15 minutes. And that's because there's a lot more cookie dough and it's just a little bit more dense. See you in a few minutes. Now we're back with our finished product. Here you have it. Our cookie dough made a total of 18, which is a dozen and a half, obviously, of chocolate chip cookies. Now, what we did in my particular oven, we baked at 350 degrees. We left the cookies in there for exactly 9 minutes. When the cookies came out, they did look to be a little bit white on top, just a slight golden on the edge. Now what we did, leave them on the pan to come, to cool down to, so that you can actually move those. You don't want to move them until they're cooled. And this cookie will be a chewy cookie too, as you can see. We're gonna break it. And it's a nice chewy cookie.
Oh yeah.
And we have our cookie cake.
That's fire.
So on the cookie cake, I did leave that in there for the same temperature, 350 degrees, and this was in for right at 15 minutes. So this came out and it did settle down in the middle. Now you can decorate this however you want to do it. So what my daughter wants me to do, and I heated up some icing, and we're just gonna drizzle the icing on our cookie cake. It's milk chocolate we used for our icing. This is just milk chocolate icing that we have heated up, and we're just gonna drizzle. And again, you can do this however you want to, but this is how we're gonna do it for our cookie.
Woo.
And just make it a nice, just however you want to. But this is what we're gonna do. Voila. So there you go, the best homemade chocolate chip cookies from Mama J's Kitchen. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, like and subscribe. If there's anything that you would like to see or any suggestions, please do that in the comment area. Okay.
Be you.
I'll be me.
Be great. Be like you.
Okay. Be like me.
You've been video.
Welcome to Mama J's Kitchen. We're gonna be making the best chocolate chip cookies ever. We're gonna start off with the dry ingredients, which is one and a half. No, back up. We're gonna start over.
Rewind.
We're gonna rerun that, okay? I got this awesome little tool from my daughter for Christmas. Mama J's Kitchen. Just wanted to share that with you folks out there. Why are you laughing at me? 1 tablespoon of salt. Whoa, no, we're not doing that. That would be a lot of salt, okay? We're doing 1 teaspoon of salt.
Mom, this is gonna be so hard
Okay, do you want to erase that and let's just start over?
Take 3. Leave it alone. Okay.
How do you do that?
Take 3. Welcome to Mama J's Kitchen. I'm doing a little bit of scraping of the butter. I got a little bit of butter that flopped out. All right. How about that?
Oh boy.